Awesome. All right. Well, let's get started. Welcome to the Virginia Association of Collegiate Registrars and Admissions Officers Virtual College Fair. We're so excited to have you participating in this event. We have some fantastic schools here with us today, so I hope you're excited. My name is Chelsea and I will be your facilitator. Before we get started, a few announcements. Your camera and microphone are off so the panelists cannot see or hear you. You can use the Q&A button on your screen to type your questions to our presenters at any time. This is one of many sessions happening, so be sure to check the schedule on the website. This presentation is being recorded and will be available at starscan.com/Virginia. And I'm now going to turn it over to our first presenter, and that is Old Dominion University.
All right, thank you, Chelsea. Let me get my screen shared real quick. All right, everyone. So thank you for joining us. My name is Victoria Herrick, and I am the Assistant Director of Undergraduate Admissions and Transfer Recruitment at Old Dominion University. We are a top national research institution in the heart of coastal Virginia in Norfolk, so about 30 minutes from the Virginia Beach oceanfront. I like to start out with some fast facts about the university so that you can get to know us a little bit better. We do currently have about 24,000 students enrolled. However, I always say don't be overwhelmed by that number. That does include our graduate students as well as our online learners. The number of undergraduate students taking courses on campus is closer to about 16,000, and then the number of undergraduate students living on campus is closer to about 6,000. So it is a relatively smaller class size for students with a 17-to-1 student to faculty ratio, which is great as a student because it allows you to form closer connections with your peers and then also allows for easier access to professors to speak with them about questions and connect during office hours. The 8 there signifies the number of academic colleges we have, which includes our honors college and graduate school. If you're not familiar with what an academic college is, it's essentially where you would be placed based on your major. So for example, if you are going to major in management, you'd be working with our College of Business. This essentially means that you'll start working with faculty advisors and transfer advisors specific to your major as soon as you are admitted. The 35 represents the number of SHEV awards that we've received. And if you're not familiar with what a SHEV award is, it's essentially the highest award that a faculty member in the state of Virginia can receive. And we are only second to one other institution in the state, so we're really proud of that. The 91 at the bottom signifies the number of undergraduate majors that we offer. Some of our most popular majors are going to be nursing, dental hygiene, education programs, engineering, criminal justice, communications, and then many of our business programs as well. We also allow students to minor, which is a great opportunity to add something on to go along with your major or do something completely different outside of your major. As far as our student life goes, there's a lot of ways to get involved. We do offer over 300 student organizations and over 30 fraternities, sororities, and multicultural organizations to get involved with. So there really is something for everyone. And if you feel like there's not something that aligns with your interests, you can always create your own student organization. Our organizations are very broad. So of course, we have more academically focused organizations to go along with your academics, such as an engineering club, marine biology club, entrepreneur club. But we also have clubs that are more so for fun, for like-minded students who have similar interests. So for example, we have a waffle club for students who want to gather and eat waffles together. And then we also have a gaming club. If you're planning to live on campus, we do have over 15 different housing options available. And we actually opened our newest residence hall, Owens House, this past spring. And we also offer 17 dining locations on campus. Some of our most popular are going to be Chick-fil-A, Panera, Pizza Hut, Subway, and Steak and Shake. As far as the admissions process goes, you'll apply online. You can use the ODU application or the Common App. With either, there is going to be a $50 application fee. And for transfer students, the only required item is going to be your official college transcript, as long as you have 24 credit hours or more. If you have less than 24 credit hours, you would also need an official high school transcript. You have the option to additionally submit a resume, personal essay, and have recommendation letters submitted on your behalf, but all of that is optional. We admit on a rolling basis, which means we do not have hard admission deadlines. However, some deadlines to keep in mind for suggested deadlines are going to be October 1st for spring and then March 15th for fall. If you are a student coming from the Virginia Community College system, you are guaranteed admission to ODU as long as you have 24 credit hours and have maintained at least a 2.5 GPA. And with those students, we do have a lot of different curriculum sheets and articulation agreements. We do offer an affordable education with over 80% of our students receiving some sort of financial assistance. Our in-state rates are going to be there on the left and out-of-state on the right. On campus is on top on both sides and then off campus on the bottom. This is based on 15 credit hours per semester, and this is also before any sort of financial aid is awarded. So this is the absolute most a student would pay out of pocket if you were taking 15 credit hours a semester. Now, again, most students will receive some sort of financial aid, and we do also offer a lot of different scholarship opportunities. I highly recommend checking out our cost calculator on the website as well, as that will allow you to input the number of credit hours you plan to take, whether you're living on campus, you can choose your housing option, choose a meal plan, and it gives a more accurate estimate for you. Then lastly, I invite you to connect with us in the Office of Undergraduate Admissions. There is our email address as well as our phone number, and you can also connect with us on social media as well. Thank you so much for having me, and I'd be happy to answer any questions that come through the Q&A.
Thank you so much. Next, we have Georgia Institute of Technology.
Hi, everyone. My name is Chad Bryant. I serve as Associate Director of Undergraduate Admission at Georgia Tech. And Georgia Tech is a large public research university that is located within the University System of Georgia. Our main campus is in the downtown Atlanta area. It's a 400-acre beautiful campus with about 12,000 trees, but nestled right into one of the largest metropolitan areas in the Southeast, and certainly the largest one in Georgia. We also have campuses in France and China. We offer a transfer application opportunity each semester, so fall, spring, and summer. The next opportunity for us is our summer 2022 term, and that application will open on December the 1st. We do have some minimum GPA requirements, course requirements, as well as document requirements as part of that process. Depending upon the major you may have an interest in or the academic college that you have. You can all view all of these requirements on our website at transfer.gatech.edu. We do perform a holistic review process of all of our applications. So there are several factors that we're looking at, and not just academics. So the application provides you a lot of opportunities to kind of advocate for yourself, upload a resume, complete a couple essays, and certainly let us know in terms of where you're putting your time and energy and interest and passions. If you haven't visited our campus, I highly recommend it. Atlanta is a great place to come and visit, especially for a weekend. You can check us out on our virtual visits page. We currently offer transfer information sessions every Friday. We kind of alternate in-person and virtual. Our in-person sessions do include a campus tour from a current student. And you can also register for upcoming academic college sessions on that site, or just watch a pre-recorded one if you have interest. We recently launched a Georgia Tech YouTube channel as well. If you want to hear from our students, whether it be our tour guides, other students that have performed a student takeover, or just some of our kind of campus walkthroughs as well. Brief academic snapshot. We offer 36 majors within 6 colleges. So we're not a comprehensive university, largely STEM focused, with just under 17,000 students. So 36 majors within 6 colleges, computing, design, engineering, liberal arts, and the sciences. And we offer select number of majors because we kind of weave science, technology, and research into all of them, whether it's psychology or mechanical engineering. One thing we're particularly proud of is that retention rate that you see. That kind of helps us know that we're doing a great job in providing our students the type of support that they need during their time with us. And you can get a sense of the number of classes that have less than 50 students as well. Applied academics is really where we shine. A lot of our students, nearly half, have some type of international experience. Over 3,400 of our students have performed some type of research, whether that be on an institutional level, individual with our faculty, or as part of another program. Whether it's an internship or a co-op you may have an interest in being in downtown Atlanta. You have close proximity to several Fortune 500 companies that can literally walk over into your classroom. And then study abroad certainly are a number of opportunities that we host, but also you could participate in any study abroad opportunity that we have throughout our entire university system. Georgia Tech kind of attracts students that enjoy and embrace challenge and enjoy working with other students to kind of solve some of the problems that we have in our global society today. So you can connect with other students through our organizations, whether through Division I intercollegiate sports, and about a third of our students actually participate in Greek life as well. One other program is our vertically integrated projects, where a lot of undergraduate students work with faculty as well as our graduate students in really focused projects that really run the gamut in terms of sustainability or Formula One racing, whatever your interest may be. There's a vertically or VIP project for you. Like I said, we're in Atlanta, and it's home to about 250,000 students. We're also home to the world champion Atlanta Braves, go Braves. But we're also home to major nonprofits like the CDC and Carter Center, and like I said, several other Fortune 500 companies. So this is great access to our students. They come over and they interview our students, and again, internship, co-op opportunities. Whether you want to stay on campus to participate in intramurals or sports, or go right off campus and enjoy the green spaces of Atlanta, all of that is within close access to you all. Return on investment is kind of what we focus on. Our focus is on value, because we understand the investment you're putting in your undergraduate education. You want that to pay off not only with a degree, but a lot of times Georgia Tech students have job offers in hand. So their decision is which one. And as you can see, we have a lot of companies that come on campus to interview our students. A lot of those are alumni globally that come back because they understand they want Georgia Tech students to intern with them and kind of give back. So we have great relationships with our alumni. And like I said, at the end, you see that 87% job offer rate, and that's something that we're quite proud of as well. So hopefully you've heard something that's interested you. Certainly reach out to us as you have more questions. You can scan the QR code to see our kind of digital transfer view book there, or you can email us. But thank you for your time this evening, and have a great rest of your week.
Thank you so much. Next up, we have Virginia Commonwealth University.
Okay. 1 second. Oh, I think it's still sharing. I can't.
Sorry.
Okay.
There we go. Ooh. There we go.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
All right. That's okay. Thank you. Okay. Good evening, everyone. My name is Terrence Jenkins, and I am VCU's transfer counselor. Virginia Commonwealth University is centrally located in Virginia's capital city of Richmond. VCU's location provides its students with a unique urban environment and opportunities that may not be available in some of the more remote areas of the state. VCU is approximately 2 hours from North Carolina, approximately 2 hours from Washington, D.C., approximately 2 hours from the mountains, and approximately 2 hours from the beach. While VCU is located in Richmond, there are many opportunities to get close to nature by taking a visit to one of the many local parks or to the James River. With 7 Fortune 500 companies located in Richmond and over 150 established community partnerships, our students have access to many co-curricular and experiential learning opportunities, such as internships, service learning, community service, and post-graduation employment. VCU has 2 urban campuses, the Monroe Park campus and the Medical College of Virginia campus, house more than 60 undergraduate academic programs. On the Monroe Park campus, you'll find the College of Humanities and Sciences, the College of Engineering, the School of Business, the School of Social Work, the School of Education, Wilder School of Government and Public Affairs, VCU Life Sciences, the School of the Arts, as well as the Honors College. On the Medical College of Virginia campus, you'll find the College of Health Professions, the School of Medicine, the School of Nursing, the School of Dentistry, and the School of Pharmacy. VCU has a sizable and diverse student body at just over 29,000 students, with approximately 22,000 being undergraduate students. 63% of VCU student body are females, 37% of VCU student body are males, 86% of VCU student body are Virginia residents, 45% of VCU student body are minorities. Over 100 countries are represented at VCU. 47 states are represented at VCU. VCU has over 200,000 alumni, and the student to faculty ratio is 18:1. VCU has over 300 clubs and organizations, and VCU has 15 NCAA Division I athletic teams. The average class size at VCU is 28 students. However, the class size varies depending on the type of course that you are taking. Depending if you prefer to transfer to VCU for a fall or spring semester, VCU has 2 transfer application priority deadlines. The transfer priority deadline for fall semester is March 15th. Transfer applicants who submit all materials by March 15th priority deadline will receive their admissions decision letter by May 1st. The transfer priority application deadline for spring semester is November 1st. The spring 2022 and fall 2022 applications are now open. Some academic programs have different application deadlines and admission requirements. Students who are interested in the School of the Arts, the School of Nursing, Dental Hygiene, Clinical Radiation Sciences, Clinical Laboratory Sciences academic programs are encouraged to visit our website for more specific information regarding the application deadlines and admission requirements. The Competitive Transfer Priority Application Review Profile is an applicant who has earned at least 30 semester hours or 45 quarter hours and present a cum GPA of at least 2.5. If an applicant has not earned 30 semester hours or 45 quarter hours, the application will be reviewed on the basis of their college and high school performance, and they must submit a copy of their official college and high school transcript. Also, VCU is test optional for the 2021-2022 school year. If you have any questions, please take a picture or a screenshot of our contact information. And we definitely look forward to hearing from you sometime in the near future. Thank you so much and enjoy the rest of the program.
Wonderful. Thank you very much. Next up, we have West Virginia University.
Hello, let me go ahead and share my screen here. Alrighty, hopefully you can see that. Hello, my name is Hannah Rossi. I am the Transfer Admissions Counselor here at West Virginia University. I am so glad that you all are able to join us today. I'm just going to talk a little bit briefly about WVU. We are a statewide institution. We have 3 campuses throughout our state. We have our Morgantown campus, which is the campus that I am currently representing today, that houses the majority of our students, around 26 of our 29,000 students. And we have our Kaiser campus and our Beckley campus, which are smaller institutions that have around 1,500 students each, that are still housed within our university system. If you are looking for something a little bit smaller, that is an option for you. But I'm going to primarily be talking a little bit about our Morgantown campus. Like I said, it houses the majority of our students, and we have around 350 total majors available here at WVU, 130 of those being undergraduate majors. Those 130 undergraduate majors are housed into our 14 schools or colleges. As ODU mentioned earlier, it's just kind of a way to put you together based on your major to kind of give you that more one-on-one home feel. We want you to make those connections. And so we put you into those schools and colleges so that you have more opportunity to do so. And so just some things about general information about transferring to WVU. Our application for spring 2022 and fall 2022 is currently open. All we need from you is an official transcript as well as our application. It takes 10 or 15 minutes online. If you have less than 24 completed credit hours, we are also going to need a final high school transcript from you as well. We are looking at a minimum 2.0 GPA requirement for any college coursework. If you are coming with that under 24 credit hours, we're also going to be looking at you at our freshman admission standards as well. So that's something to consider. It's also something to consider. We have certain programs or more competitive programs like nursing, engineering, things like that, that might have higher GPA requirements and specific course requirements as well. A little bit about transferring credits to WVU. We will take all credits coming from regionally accredited institutions. It's just kind of a matter of how they'll come in. They'll come in either as direct equivalents to a course we offer here at WVU. So if you took an English 101 course, we also offer English 101, so your course will come over fairly easily, meet that degree requirement, and you'll be good to go. Courses that do not have a direct match to those at WVU will come in as general elective credit, so you'll still get the grade and the hours for them. They just might not meet a requirement. It's also important to note that anyone coming in with a completed associate's degree will have automatically met our general education foundation requirements, which are our main 8 courses that we require every student to take in order to graduate from WVU. And so really what that means is when you come into WVU, you're only going to be focusing on your major specific classes, and you might have already chipped away at some of those while you were at community college as well. Financial aid, we have an in-state tuition rate of about $10,000, give or take a few, and then we've got our out-of-state tuition rate as around $25,000, give or take a few $100s depending on your school or college. We have numerous different scholarship opportunities, but I wanted to highlight this one here. This is our scholarship, our merit-based transfer scholarship that is automatically applied to your account if you meet the requirements. So check that out, take a picture. You can see the values here. These are valued for up to 4 years. And so hopefully you don't need 4 years here at WVU if you're transferring from a community college, but it is available to you. So no extra application necessary for these scholarships, worth mentioning while we're here. And then of course, housing. As a transfer student, you are not required to live in an on-campus residence hall unless you have under that 24 completed credit hour mark. We do of course have on-campus housing options for you. We have residence hall options that transfer students are more than welcome to live in. We have plenty of transfer students who live in our residence halls. We also have university apartments available for our upperclassmen students, and transfer students typically choose those options as well. And then of course, you're welcome to choose off-campus private housing if you'd like. And then that's kind of my spiel. If you have any questions, I encourage you to reach out to that general transfer email, transfer@mail.wvu.edu. If you have any questions about credit transferring, reach out to our transfer credit department. They are very helpful. You can just send them a syllabus, send them a course, and they'd be able to tell you if that course is going to come over how you'd like. So we definitely want you to engage with us, reach out. We are happy to help you. And that's all I've got. Let me go ahead.
Thank you very much. All right, next up we have the University of South Florida.
Thank you, Chelsea. I'm just gonna share my screen here. All right. Hi, everyone. My name is Melissa, and I am your admissions advisor for the University of South Florida. Today, I just want to provide you with an overview of the university and our application process. So just to get started, I just want to talk about USF a little bit. We are located in a great area of the state. We are a large public metropolitan research university set within the Tampa Bay area of the state of Florida. And we are truly one university geographically distributed. So it's the University of South Florida, but we do have 3 unique campuses that students can choose to study at. We are quite large. We have a total enrollment of over 50,000 students with an undergraduate population of over 38,000. That said, across our 3 campuses, our student to faculty ratio is 21:1, and our average class size is about 33 students. Our students do come from all over. We have students from all 50 states and over 140 different countries. And 42% of our students do come from diverse backgrounds as well. One of the things I really love about USF, and I think is such an asset, is where we're located. The Tampa Bay area is such a great location and offers a wealth of opportunities for you, whether it's just taking advantage of our warm, temperate weather, enjoying the warm Florida sunshine and getting out and about exploring our parks and our bays. We do have theme parks like Busch Gardens in our area. A lot of students like to frequent our beaches. Some of the country's most beautiful beaches are located right in our backyard. Or if getting out and about and exploring our cultural and historic institutions, our art galleries, museums, performing arts centers. There's so much going on all the time. You never have to be bored. It's also a really great area to be in if you are interested in job work experience. So getting jobs or internships while you're completing your degree. The Tampa Bay area is so supportive of USF and really wants our students to get that experience. So you do have the opportunity for internships and work while you are at USF. Our students are just as active on our campuses. We have over 1,000 student organizations that students can choose from and participate in. We also host over 1,000 on-campus events each year. We are a Division I athletics program, so we have 17 sports underneath the American Athletics Conference. And then on the academic side, we have over 200 different majors and concentrations to choose from, an outstanding honors college called the Judy Genshaft Honors College. We are a Tier 1 research university, so if research is something that you are interested in, and I highly encourage you to participate or conduct it while you're in school, you'll have those opportunities. We have them for our undergraduates and our graduate students. And if that is something you're interested in, you can start your first week and we will find those opportunities for you. Study abroad is also very popular, and we have programs in over 25 different countries through USF itself, and they range from 1 week to a year. So you can choose when and how and where you'd like to study. And as I mentioned before, we do have access to great internships, but that's not just at the local level, although that is encouraged. We offer those across the country and across the globe as well. Housing is not mandatory for our students. We do leave that choice up to you, but our Tampa campus and St. Petersburg campus do have residence halls available for you, and you're not limited to a certain style. So you do have a lot of options there. And then I want to throw up our cost of attendance just to give you an idea of what it would cost to attend USF from tuition and fees, average cost for room and board, books and supplies, and just kind of the miscellaneous cost to attending school in a different state. Switching gears to our transfer process. I want to touch on this a little bit, but I did just want to let you know that a lot of this I am going to direct you to our website for, because the transfer admissions process is based off of how many transferable credits that you have coming in and your major of interest. We do have some selective programs at the university that have separate or additional admissions requirements. So this is kind of the breakdown of the different kinds that we have. So we have our lower levels, our mid levels, and our upper levels. For our deadlines, we do admit for every single semester, but the next available term of entry will be our summer semester and our fall, which are both open currently. And then I just wanted to throw up the different what you would need to complete your application on both ends. So a lower level transfer and our mid-level transfers, you would need to submit the lower level criteria, and then our upper level students, it's a little bit shorter of a list for you. But again, these are listed on our website along with our major specific admissions criteria. And then finally, I just want to throw out my contact information again. My name is Melissa Chirac. I'm your admissions advisor. Please feel free to reach out with any questions that you may have, and I'll also throw my information in the chat as well. Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. Trying to get my timer off here. Wonderful. Okay. Awesome. So we are at the portion now where we're going to welcome everyone back on screen. We are going to go through some questions and hear from everybody one more time. So let's get to it. Okay. So I'm going to jump back over to Old Dominion University. What advice would you give someone going through the transfer process?
Thank you, Chelsea. So the biggest piece of advice that I would give someone is reach out and reach out early, especially for transfer students. It's really important to get connected with representatives at the colleges that you're interested in, because of course you really want to be mindful of what you're taking at your current college and how it transfers to the institution you plan to transfer to. So definitely reach out and use the resources available to you. At Dominion University, I would be happy to assist you in seeing how credits would transfer, talking about your programs that you're interested in, and just making sure that everything is lined up for a seamless transfer.
Wonderful. Thank you. Georgia Tech.
And kind of going along the same lines, it seems simple, but just always recommend students keep all of their core syllabi, just in case you need it as you're, reaching out to institutions and trying to get an understanding of what can potentially transfer and whatnot. You'd be surprised how just keeping one syllabus can, be able to save you time and credit and investment in your education. So.
Absolutely. Thank you. Virginia Commonwealth, what is your advice?
Well, just kind of echoing a little bit what ODU and Georgia Tech was saying about reaching out, but more so specifically understanding the admission requirements as well as deadlines for the different institutions that you're interested in applying to, because the admissions process as well as application deadlines is not universal for all institutions. Everything's a little bit different. So just making sure you familiarize yourself with the process for applying to different schools and application deadlines.
Perfect. Thank you. West Virginia University, what is your advice?
Along similar lines, my advice to students is to be proactive. Reach out to an admissions counselor soon, like Victoria said. Make sure you're regularly talking with them, making sure your transcripts are coming in. Keeping syllabi is a great idea because they always come in handy. You never know. And so I really just encourage you to reach out to the people at those institutions, because we are a resource available. We want to help you. We want to get you where you need to go. So it's our whole job. So reach out.
Thank you so much. And University of South Florida, what is your advice?
Yeah, so my advice would just to be really try to stay as organized as you can throughout this process, whatever that looks like for you, whether it's a list or an Excel sheet. But everybody does things a little bit different in terms of, what they have in terms of those admissions requirements, but even just the financial aid process and all of that. So keeping kind of a list of who, what schools you're interested in, what programs you're interested in, those admissions criteria, but also timelines for financial aid. That's extremely important as well, just to make sure that you're not just thinking about the application process for admissions, but what those next steps would be in terms of the enrollment process as well.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. All right, I'm going to jump into one more question here. What's one thing you want students to remember about your school? And we'll jump back to Old Dominion.
All right, thank you, Chelsea. So I would say one thing I would want students to remember about Old Dominion University is our diversity. We're really fortunate to be in an area where we draw on a lot of different types of students. We also have a very high international student population. We are considered MSI, which is a minority serving institution, which is probably one of my favorite things about campus, because as you're walking around campus, as you're getting involved, you're exposed to a lot of different people, you're exposed to a lot of different cultures, which ultimately ends up with a great experience for you as a student. So that's probably what I would say I want students to remember about Old Dominion University.
Awesome. Thank you. Georgia Tech.
Yeah, for Georgia Tech, it would be kind of the opportunities outside the classroom. I talked a lot about like research and internship and co-ops and like study abroad. And it's amazing what students can fit in within 4 to 5 years. And I always just tell students, you're never going to have another time like this in your life where you could potentially have all of these experiences within this short amount of time. So just really being able to take advantage of each of those opportunities, or a combination of any of those that you might want to have. So.
Thank you. Virginia Commonwealth.
Just echoing the same thing as Victoria was mentioning a moment ago about diversity. That's one thing that we really cherish and believe in at VCU, our diversity. I know many times when I do converse with prospective students, that's one of the main things that attracts them to VCU, the diversity that we have amongst our student body as well as faculty and staff. And as I was mentioning previously in the presentation, that 45% of our student body are made up of minorities. We have over 100 countries that are represented at VCU as well as 47 states. So everybody's bringing their lived experiences to VCU that helps make new students' experiences that much more enriching and rewarding.
Thank you. West Virginia University?
This is a good question because it's something that I always like to preach about WVU is that we have a really small school atmosphere despite being a large institution. I was a transfer student myself when I was an undergrad. I started at a really small school. I wanted that small school atmosphere. I didn't want to feel like just a number. It was a really big concern of mine. I ended up going there, not really finding my place, transferring to WVU because it was my cheapest option, frankly. And what I found there was that I was really getting everything I was looking for out of a smaller institution alongside the opportunities and research that a larger institution had to offer me. And so you get to go to the cool sporting events, you get to see the fun concerts, you get to see the cool research that we're doing, but we're also have a small student to faculty ratio. I had 7 students in my capstone class my senior year. So I was able to make those connections with my professors, able to make those connections with my peers that I really valued. And so that's my favorite thing about WVU. We really pride ourselves on making sure you feel at home while also providing you the opportunities that college is meant to give you.
Thank you. And University of South Florida?
So something I would want you all to remember about USF is we are quite large, so similar to WVU. It's a large student body. And I just want you to remember that there's so many student support services. When I chose to go to USF myself, I did realize how large it was and I was a little concerned about it, but it was really offering me so much, and I felt so welcomed when I attended a campus visit there, that despite the size that I was, a little concerned about, it had everything that I was looking for and that I wanted. And I just want to remind you that if you are, sizing that up, there are so many student support services. So whether it is academic, not just from the academic advising standpoint, but if you need tutoring or academic support services, counseling, wellness, all of those different resources are there, and we very much promote those for our students. So just to remember that you have a lot of opportunities. We truly are focused on your student success.
Awesome, thank you. Looks like we do have a little bit more time, so I will throw one more question out here for you. What is one myth you'd like to debunk on the admissions process? And we'll go back to Old Dominion.
All right, so I think with transfer students, the assumption is always that it's going to be hard transferring to another institution and that all your credits won't be accepted. That is very much not true, especially going off what I said to the first question. If you're reaching out to each of us, connecting in the beginning, making sure you know what you're taking at your current school is going to line up, having those conversations early, it's very easy to have all, if not all, of your credits accepted. And then graduate within the 2 years at the four-year institution.
Thank you. Georgia Tech? I think you might be muted.
Yeah, I would just say, transfer is an opportunity for everyone. I think a lot of times kind of the definition of transfer 10 years ago has changed significantly, where students may have just stayed kind of geographically, but now with kind of the embrace that transfer has kind of across the country and the mobility of students that we're seeing over the last 10 years, just really helping students to understand that you can go anywhere you want to go, because transfer students bring such a diverse perspective and such value to every institution now. So that's the one thing I would make sure to share.
Thank you. Virginia Commonwealth?
Well, just in my experiences in working with prospective students, one of the myths I like to debunk is that A lot of times they believe that applying to a four-year institution, especially coming from a community college, will be very challenging and difficult. And I would like to remind them that, as long as you're connected to a representative or representatives from different institutions, they can kind of walk you through the process and make it, less complicated than you may think it would be.
Thank you. West Virginia.
Yeah, along the same lines, I would say that I think the primary concern I see from students is making sure their transfer or their credits are going to come over how they want them to come over, and they think it's this long, complicated process, and it's really not. I think it goes back to what we were saying earlier about being proactive. As long as you're reaching out to the people you need to reach out to, connecting with your admissions counselor as well as your academic advisor after you're admitted. We are resources available to you, so utilize us, and it will not be hard. It will not be difficult. We'll make it through.
Thank you. South Florida.
Yeah, so a lot of times speaking with students, they sometimes are hesitant to ask all of the questions that they need. And, sometimes I get the impression that a lot of students think that we're kind of the gatekeepers of admissions and, not the easiest people to speak with, but we truly are here for you. It is our jobs to assist you. We want the best for you, and we want you to choose the university that's going to meet your needs and where you're going to be the most successful. And so make sure that, you are reaching out to the schools that you're interested, that you are speaking with the admissions representatives that are there and getting all of your questions answered, and make sure you're asking all of them so that you're confident in the process and you're getting everything that you need.
Wonderful. Thank you. Those are all very great answers. Okay, so as we wrap up here, I'd like to say a huge thank you to our presenters for your time and all the information you put together for us. Thank you to our participants for joining us this evening. When you close this window, there will be a link to a quick survey. We appreciate any feedback you can provide. This is it for the sessions, but feel free to jump on to strivescan.com/Virginia to find this session's recording as well as all the other recordings. So if you want to jump back in and see something you missed or maybe get some additional information, that is how you can do that. So with that, we really appreciate you being here and have a wonderful evening.